I see it! I see the river!
Paul glanced up at the mountain, and the sight before him left him panicked. He immediately signaled the woman behind him to run for her life. When she turned around, she saw a massive avalanche rushing toward her. It was her first time experiencing such a huge avalanche. Terrified, she froze in place, and in an instant was buried under the snow. After the avalanche passed, Paul, who had survived in a cave, immediately came out to search. By then, the woman was trapped under the snow, unable to move. She could only use her last bit of strength to shout 2 words. Hearing her cries, Paul quickly located her. He dug desperately with his hands, but the snow was too thick. No matter how much he dug, it seemed bottomless. Meanwhile, the woman struggled to breathe under the heavy snow. At the critical moment, Paul finally saw her delicate face. He immediately pulled her frozen body out and dragged her into the cave. Once again, they had narrowly survived. Soon after, the woman gradually woke from unconsciousness. Paul quickly felt her forehead. Thankfully, she had no fever. Looking at the fragile woman before him, Paul finally revealed his feelings. From the first moment he saw her at the airport, he had been captivated. When he picked up her dropped boarding pass, he noticed her seat number. Later, he deliberately switched seats to sit next to her. After these few days together, the woman had already been moved. She looked at Paul, the man who had saved her life, with tender affection, as if ready to walk into a wedding chapel with him. As night fell, the weather grew extremely cold. Paul gave his clothes to the woman, nearly freezing himself. At that moment, he began to regret leading the woman away from the crash site. Perhaps waiting there for rescue would have been the wiser choice. At this point, the woman could only keep comforting him, and so the two of them spent the night together in the cave. The next morning, they strapped on their backpacks and set out again. They pressed forward, crossing one snow-covered mountain after another, finally reaching an area free of snow. As they walked, Paul suddenly spotted something in the distance. He told the woman to stay put while he went to check. When Paul reached the cliff's edge, he looked down.
I see it! I see the river!
At that moment, the woman saw Paul fall down.